Welcome to a look at horse racing around the world. I'm Jonathan Horowitz, the announcer of the horse races at Arapahoe Park, coming to you from picturesque Santa Anita Park in Southern California on the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains. We're going to look at one of the oldest and most global sports, horse racing, having its roots in chariot races in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, and then modern horse racing developing in England, and with the involvement of the British monarchy being known as the sport of kings. And then we're going to take you to the richest day of horse racing in the world, which takes place in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai on Dubai World Cup Day, and also look at a horse who began his racing career in Colorado and has really racked up the frequent flyer miles, not only around the United States, but around the world too, in Abu Dhabi, and that is Paddy's Day. So fasten your seatbelts. We're about to take off with a journey for horse racing around the world on Gates Open at Arapahoe Park. The history of horse racing dates back to chariot races, first held at the ancient Greek Olympic Games beginning in 680 BCE. Horses with riders on their back started racing at the Olympics in 648 BCE. Chariot races took place before as many as 200,000 spectators at the oval-shaped Circus Maximus track in Rome. Teams of chariots, usually made up of 4 horses and a very brave driver standing behind, represented red, white, blue, and green stables, and made 7 laps of the track about 2,000 feet long and 150 feet wide in ferociously run races. Modern horse racing traces its origins back to the reign of King Henry VIII of England in the 16th century and was popularized by Queen Anne in the 18th century. Queen Anne organized the inaugural Royal Ascot meeting that celebrated its 300th anniversary in 2011 and is attended annually by England's reigning monarch.
Britain's royal family arrives in style for England's swankiest race meet. Grey toppers are everywhere as society parades in its best bib and tucker. The Queen is the center of attraction until the races start. Only a moment left for the King to pick a winner.
Horse racing's long association with royalty and the upper classes has led to the appellation the sport of kings. Each year, horse racing fans can relive this history, and a famous scene from the 1965 Oscar Best Picture, My Fair Lady, at Royal Ascot. The royalty, the pageantry, the lavish hats and dresses for ladies, the top hats and morning dress for gentlemen, and some of the best racehorses in the world. Royal Ascot also has a magnetism for Americans. After capturing the Triple Crown in 1935, Omaha raced in the Ascot Gold Cup at Royal Ascot in 1936. On an undulating course in the opposite direction of American racing, Omaha came up just a nose short to quashed. In the 21st century, Queen Elizabeth II of England is an avid racing fan, owner, and breeder. In 2013, the Queen's Estimate carried the Royal Purple Silks with red sleeves to become the first horse owned by a reigning English monarch to win the Ascot Gold Cup in the 207-year history of the race.
Colour Vision has taken the lead as they approach the closing stages. Estimate is trying to join him. Simon on the purple jacket down the centre now. And behind those trying to come through, the Challenger's Top Trip into the closing stages. Estimate and Simonon. Top Trip trying to get on terms between those. Estimate the red sleeve jacket. Simonon on the outside, racing the waterline. It's a happy and glorious day at Royal Ascot. Estimate has won the Gold Cup for the Queen.
It was a moment of seldom seen raw emotion from Her Majesty. The 2017 Royal Ascot races from June 20th to June 24th are broadcast live in the United States each morning, showing a mix of quintessentially British tradition and how truly global a sport horse racing is.
And they're off for the Diamond Jubilee Stakes.
The 2015 Diamond Jubilee, a race named for Queen Elizabeth II's 60th year on the English throne, was won by the American horse Undrafted, owned by former New England Patriots and Denver Broncos wide receiver Wes Welker, and ridden by Italian jockey Frankie Dettori.
Down towards the final on the Diamond Jubilee, and it's great and well for Australia on the near side. Here goes Frankie on Undrafted on the far side from a stare of music master.
Horse racing first came to the United States in 1665 in Long Island, New York, and the sport has grown in the U.S. with the major spotlight coming in the Triple Crown races, particularly the Kentucky Derby. But horses that run in the United States are also looking overseas at some of the big races that take place around the world. And one of the biggest targets for talented American racehorses is in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates at Meydan Racecourse for the richest day of horse racing in the world, $30 million on the line for the Dubai World Cup card in 2017. And it featured one of the most talented horses of all time, Arrogate, in the Dubai World Cup. He became the highest earning racehorse of all time. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights, Arrogate in particular, but also a prep for the Kentucky Derby, as well as some great turf racing and a great Arabian race too. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Emir of Dubai, has revolutionized horse racing with the creation of the sport's richest day in much the same way that Queen Anne did with the creation of the Royal Ascot race meeting in England during the sport's infancy in the 1700s. Meydan Racecourse in the United Arab Emirates hosts the Dubai World Cup card at the end of March, featuring 9 stakes races, 8 for thoroughbreds and 1 for Arabians, worth a total of $30 million US. With races across multiple divisions, routing on dirt and turf, sprinting on dirt and turf, and even a Kentucky Derby prep, horses ship from all over the world to this oasis in the deserts of the Middle East. The richest race on the card, the $10 million Dubai World Cup, over the classic distance of 1.25 miles on dirt, featured an all-time great performance in 2017 by an all-time great horse who became the all-time leader in career earnings with his victory. Arrogate was coming off wins in the $6 million Breeders' Cup Classic in 2016 and the $12 million Pegasus World Cup in 2017 in the United States. There was a field of 14 that also included American Grade 1 winners Gunrunner, Opportunity, and Keen Ice, Japanese Grade 1 winner Gold Dream, and UAE Hometown Hopes Long River, Mubtahij, and Special Fighter. Pay close attention to Arrogate's fortunes at the start. To give you a little more local flavor for the race, we'll mix in the Arabic call by the energetic Abdullah Al-Mamri with the English call by the spot-on Terry Spargo.
They look to be ready. Shane Ryan has the button. Gates fly, they're racing in the Dubai World Cup, and Gold Dream slow to move, and Arrogate is last. At the end of the first 100 metres, Arrogate last as they charge down to the judge the first time. Long River has swept to the lead. Gun Runner is second past the judge, Neolithic third. Mubtahij from the wide gate will slot in on the fence. He's fourth on the turn out of the straight. Long River takes them down the back of the track.
Long River مع مايكل برزلونة ولكن لدينا Gun Runner فلوراند جيرو الخطير نيوليثيك.
Gun Runner showed the way. Neolithic's a half length away second. 1.5 lengths to Mubtahij, and here comes the big A.
شد أروجيت سلامي على أروجيت. أحلى تحية.
America's King Croesus of horse racing went to the front. 200 metres left to go. Arrogate has drawn away from Gun Runner. A is for Arrogate. A is for Absolute Superstar. A is for Anointing. Have we seen the anointing of the man of war of the 21st century? Arrogate, a brilliant winner of the Dubai World Cup.
The man of war of the 21st century. High praise from Terry Spargo. Trainer Bob Baffert said he thought Arrogate's poor start gave the horse no chance in the race. Jockey Mike Smith stayed calm. Arrogate's move from last to first was as powerful as when Secretariat was moving like a tremendous machine. So the United Arab Emirates served as the stage for crowning one of horse racing's best in the United States. And also a unique layover for Thundersnow en route to the Kentucky Derby and Epicharis en route to the Belmont Stakes, following a thrilling stretch duel in the 1 3/16 UAE Derby.
Thundersnow's running about. Epicharis battling back. Epicharis in front. Thundersnow trying to raise another effort. Epicharis in front. Thundersnow lunges again, and I think one in the last possible gasp.
In the too rich $6 million turf races, Jack Hobbs, the English-trained Irish Derby winner named for a former knighted English professional cricketer, captured the Dubai Shima Classic over 1.5 miles.
Jack Hobbs in front of prize money. Seventh Heaven on the inside and then postponed, but Jack Hobbs with 100 metres left to go. Jack Hobbs has hit it out of the ground. Jack Hobbs wins the Dubai Shima Classic.
Brazilian jockey Joao Moreira, known as the Magic Man, rode a confident race aboard the black Japanese filly Vivlos in the Dubai turf over 1.1 miles.
Richester hit the front, Mudakeyev going after him. Zarak back to the inside, but he shems the one. He shem with 200 metres left to go. Raced up to Richester. Here's Vivlos for Japan, zooming down the outside. Vivlos finishing with a withering run, and Vivlos has won the Dubai turf from Hishem.
For Arabians, Reda from Qatar flew late to run down American-bred Abu Dhabi star R.B. Byrne.
Burns immediately there on the outside and went straight past him. Byrne has charged to the lead and charged away. Reda from Qatar is storming home, coming down the centre of the track. Byrne in front, but Reda corralled him. Reda's run to the lead. Reda is running away from Byrne. It's Reda in front of Byrne, and Reda will give Qatar the Dubai Kahila Classic. Reda first, Byrne seconds.
A veritable United Nations of horse racing on the sport's richest day in the world. All thoroughbreds can trace their roots back to 3 ancestors that were in England and promulgated the breed in the 17th and 18th centuries, the Darley Arabian, the Godolphin Barb, and the Byerly Turk. The Arabian breed really starting horse racing with endurance racing and continuing to race on a very high level. The richest Arabian race in the world takes place in Abu Dhabi, as well as the spotlight being on endurance racing. And there were some American horses that went over to Abu Dhabi to contest the big Arabian races. Quite a spectacle and quite a celebration of racehorses that took place in Abu Dhabi. And one particular horse went from Colorado at the beginning of his career to running in Abu Dhabi last November. About 100 SUVs and trucks are driving alongside horses in the middle of the Arabian desert. There are television trucks broadcasting the endurance race in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates. The white Range Rover driven by a member of Abu Dhabi's royal family. The Mercedes-Benz right behind with the royal family of Dubai.
This is Sheikh Mansour.
Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, waves to our SUV, where I'm in the middle seat between other horse race announcers from England and Australia.
So, boys, what do you think about it so far?
This is unbelievable. It's an adventure. It's hundreds of cars following 3 horses that are leading right now.
Extraordinary stuff. Whoa.
And our local driver is channeling Fast and the Furious to stay close to the horses and royalty.
Do the cars race too?
That's it. So far, that's what it looks like, a car race.
Yeah, you got him. Pass on the inside.
I love it. Go, go, go.
To see how this eclectic equine moment came together, the mix of ancient and modern, the mix of countries, we have to go back about 1,500 years. Arabian horses have been used throughout history as pleasure horses, war horses, show horses, and race horses. Legend has it that Alexander the Great, Napoleon, and George Washington rode Arabians. The Arabian breed became prolific in the Arabian Peninsula in around the 7th century and has spread throughout the world. Arabians have also become part of the DNA of other breeds of racehorses. All thoroughbreds are descended from the same 3 forefathers, the Darley Arabian, the Godolphin Barb, and the Byerly Turk, who were imported to England in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. American quarter horses originated when thoroughbreds bred with Native American horses after the thoroughbred breed arrived on colonial shores. Arabian horses continue to be revered in the Middle East, and American racehorses are now making pilgrimages back to the breed's roots, bringing it all full circle. Paddy's Day began his career in impressive fashion in Colorado in a maiden race at Arapahoe Park on July 25, 2014.
Paddy's Day is the one to catch. A promising first-time starter comes off the turn with an increasing 3-length lead. Semele is one paced in second, and then Petit Frace down the outside. But no catching Paddy's Day, who's pouring it on in the final 100 yards, going on to win by more than double digits at the end. Paddy's Day, one to watch out for in the future.
Following his 17-length debut domination, the Bay Horse returned to Colorado the next year and swept the Jerry Parton Cobra Sprint sponsored by Quarter Moon Ranch, and the Cobra Classic sponsored by Crow Valley Ranch, where he won by a secretariat-like margin of victory. Paddy's Day carried the blue and yellow silks of the Quarter Moon Ranch of Lori Powell and her husband trainer Scott Powell to success around the country. A track record in the Texas Arabian Derby at Arapahoe Park, the inaugural Arabian Triple Jewel Series, the Arabian Racing Cup Derby at Los Alamitos Racecourse in Southern California, where announcer Ed Burgart dubbed him,
and the pride of Colorado is Paddy's Day.
And at the most iconic venue for horse racing in America, beneath the Twin Spires at Churchill Downs, home of the Kentucky Derby.
Paddy's Day, much the best, to win it by 8 on the wire.
Then Paddy's Day carried the red, white, and blue representing the United States in the United Arab Emirates in the richest Arabian horse race in the world, the 1.2 million euro Sheikh Zayed Jewel Crown at the Abu Dhabi Equestrian Club.
I think he's just starting to get the game figured out. I think he handles it good. He settles in anywhere. He settles in anywhere.
What about America? Would it be number 7, Paddy's Day, now ridden by Joe Rocco Jr., 16 wins out of 24 starts, trained in New Mexico by Scott Powell, the triple jewel winner from America, Paddy's Day.
2 other American horses joined Paddy's Day in Abu Dhabi.
Number 10, Sand Victor, representing the United States of America. He's won 6 times. He beat Paddy's Day last time out at Los Alamitos. Pat Dobbs rides for the American trainer Terry Eaton in the colors of Joe and Betty Gillis. This is number 12. This is Awesome, ridden Travis Wales from the United States of America. Lynn Ashley. Ashby is the trainer. Can This Is Awesome live up to his name?
The field of 16 scheduled to go a mile on the turf also included horses that raced in England, France, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates.
It's the world's best horses that have been assembled for this race. It's an honor to be here for this whole festival of racing, for Arabians. It just puts us on the map.
Incredible, yeah. To get to come over here with Scott Powell and his wife Lori and be part of Paddy's Day, and it's just incredible. We're just really enjoying it.
With 6 continents represented by horses and jockeys in the Jewel Crown, as well as races for female and apprentice riders, the Abu Dhabi races had an Olympic-like atmosphere. The capital city pulled out all the stops to showcase the Arabian breed, including the endurance race the day before the track races. R.B. Byrne, who began his career in the United States before going overseas to France and then to the United Arab Emirates, won the top prize. Although the sport is global, the style of horse racing is different from country to country, and R.B. Byrne had more time than the other American-bred horses in the race to adapt to, as Scott Powell described about racing in Abu Dhabi.
The combination of the turf and going the other way.
Eric Lamartinelle, the winning trainer with R.B. Byrne, who was bred in the United States by Diane Waldron, raced in Texas, then goes to France, and now comes to Abu Dhabi. Are those trophies heavy?
Yes, heavy, but I can carry for all the night. When you have the best, no, it's the best Arabian in the world. You can see the fight of the race here, it's a real race. So the timing is very good.
Paddy's Day was compromised by an outside post position on the sweeping track, but made up some ground late to finish the best of the U.S.-based runners in 8th. After the race, Scott and Lori Powell celebrated the journey that took an American horse to the place that originated the Arabian breed and carries its future forward in the 21st century. From Abu Dhabi, I'm Jonathan Horowitz. We hope you've enjoyed our look at horse racing around the world and throughout history, beginning with the chariot races in ancient Greece and Rome, and then continuing to the growth of modern horse racing, starting in England, coming to the United States, and now taking place all around the world with some of the richest races and perhaps the future of racing taking place in the Middle East. So horse racing, one of the oldest and most global sports, and continuing to thrive around the world as well as in Colorado, and we hope that you'll continue to be a part of horse racing in Colorado throughout the season at Arapahoe Park, with racing taking place on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays beginning at 1 o'clock p.m. So until your next time out at the races, you'll be part of a worldwide racing experience. I'm Jonathan Horowitz. Keep picking winners.